Well, the warmer stretch of weather we just had might have you thinking about taking a trip. With us to talk some travel is CBS travel editor Peter Greenberg. Good morning, Peter. And you are where?
In New York today.
Okay. All right. That's similar to Chicago, sort of. Southwest, surprisingly, ending a 54-year-long policy of bags no longer flying free. What is your reaction, and how does this change the air travel landscape, do you think?
Well, it was a sort of a weighted bombshell, which says they're going to have a negative impact, not just on Southwest, but of course on their passengers. You have to understand that Southwest branded their entire airline about the idea that they would not charge you for checking 2 bags. It was in every one of their ads. It's what people came to expect. And even though I don't like to check bags, I found myself, when I had to check bags, trying to fly on Southwest. Imagine a family of 4. If they were to fly on any other airline, it would cost them over $140 per flight just for bag fees, which they didn't have to pay on Southwest. Now, when Southwest Airlines decided to do this, I'm talking about the original idea of not charging for bags, Wall Street wasn't happy. They said to Southwest, this is stupid. You're leaving $500 to $600 million on the table. Southwest said, you know what? We want to do passenger goodwill. We think passengers will fly to us because of this. They were right, but times have changed. Southwest is now being controlled by an outside investor group where profits and costs are at the forefront of their thinking. It's sort of a CFO mentality. And guess what? Earlier this year, as you know, we talked about this. They got rid of open seating. They're now doing assigned seats and premium seats. They're charging for that. And now the latest shoe to drop, no more free bags as of May 28th. If you have a reservation that you make before May 28th, you can still fly free on the bags. But anything you do after that, ka-ching, ka-ching.
It'll be interesting in a year to see how all of these changes affect Southwest, because, you know, a lot of airlines struggling right now. Okay, moving on to another air situation. An Air India flight from Chicago to India had to return because all the toilets were clogged. Ugh. Have you heard of anything like this before?
Yes. In fact, I was on a flight that happened to, because a lot of these planes, not all of them, but a lot of these planes have what they call inline plumbing, which means if one toilet clogs, it's in the same plumbing line on the plane, and they all back up. And once you lose all the toilets, guess what? When you have a crowded flight, you got to make a diversion, and that's exactly what they did.
Oh, boy, those poor passengers. On your website, petergreenberg.com, you wrote about hidden costs in cruise travel. So what did you find?
Well, it's not just the hidden costs, it's the ones you just have to be aware of. You know, most people are attracted to the cost of their cabin. If it's a good deal, they buy it. But then after that, everything's an add-on, right? If you want a regular restaurant as opposed to the main dining room, an added charge. Drinks packages can be excessive. Individual drinks cost, even a Coke, can be excessive. Shore excursions, tipping. A lot of ships will put mandatory envelopes in your cabin, and next thing you know, you got to come up with some cash. So, rule of thumb here for people who are new to cruising: if you're going to book a cruise and you're booking it with 2 people in the cabin, multiply it by 2.5, because by the end of the day, by the time you come back to shore, given shore excursions, premium meal dining options, drinks packages, and then onboard activities and attractions, what they also charge for, that's what you're really going to pay.
All right, so definitely do your homework, and great advice, Peter. CBS travel editor Peter Greenberg, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.